go through, you know, then she wasn't there. So I held on to a lot, but there was a big gap, you know, in growth that as a woman, as a wife, as a mother. And this was a pastor that was not every Sunday. I didn't get to hug her every Sunday. I didn't get to, you know, go sit in her office. I've sat in her office one time. But for 6 years, I sat in her congregation. And for 6 years, from the pulpit, I always say she hugged me, she embraced me, she loved on me. I never had to hug her at the end of every service. And every service, I felt like she hugged me and embraced me and kissed me because of the knowledge that she imparted. Just her voice when she would speak and say, daughters, I love my daughters. You know, I care for you. If you need me, I'm here. Just her words. And to see when we would have women's ministry meetings, how the place would be packed, like 200 women in there, and just to see her love and whatever questions you want to ask. And it was amazing to feel so much love from someone that you didn't have to even touch. And I learned so much. She has no clue how much she imparted into me. So I would have to say those two women really imparted a lot into my life. Definitely. How do you view yourself as a mother?
A work in progress. I'm still learning. Basically, my thing is learning the difference between what battles to take on, you know, as a mom, and when to fold and when to stand firm. And you know, as being a single parent, it's hard to stay on top of everything that I should stay on top of as much as I should. You know, she gets away with a lot just because sometimes I'm just too tired to deal with it. But you know, as a mom, I do know that sometimes, you know, regardless of how tired I am, I have to cut it and deal with it. But I will probably forever see myself as a work in progress, because I feel like there's always something I can learn. And as a mom, it's like, you know, I want to hear what anybody has to say. I'm always trying to learn from other moms so that I'm able to be well-rounded as far as parenting, because I feel like every child is different and you can't raise each child the same.
Amen, I learned that.
So it's like, you know, I want to be able to raise her in the best way that I can for her personality and for her attitude, and Lord knows her mood swings because she's developing personality already, and she's me and her father, which, you know, on the good side is a wonderful combination, but on the bad side, she can be a force to be reckoned with, you know. But she's an awesome child, and I feel lucky to be her parent, because, you know, when I think back over everything that me and her have gone through together that people don't even know, it's like the fact that she looks at me as her everything is like, oh my God, she basically just adores the ground I work on, even in all that I walk on, even in all my mess. And to have that kind of love from a person, it's just like, wow, because, you know, only from God can you really feel that from another human being. It's like, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, she still loves me. And I will never forget, right after, and this is my most memorable moment. This would be my most memorable moment. Right after her dad and I divorced, my mom moved to Georgia. Right after that, we were on the way home one day, and she looked at me. My daughter was 2 years old. She said, Mommy, Daddy left me, and Mama left me. She said, but you never leave me, Mommy. Aww. And it's like from that moment on, I've been working to make sure that she has the best life that I can possibly provide her. Like, she is my reason for doing everything that I do. Everything. It's like I don't make a decision without thinking, how is this going to affect Lexi? How is this going to make her life better or her life worse? And a lot of people feel like I worship my child, and, you know, I got to separate my bond because we're too tight and we're too close. But it's like, that's the only person on this earth I'm responsible for. So I'm going to do the best job that I can at it.
I know. She got me over here.
I know. With me, like you said, there is always room for improvement. I think that with me, I let my child kind of run me, and she's only 2. So I'm afraid of what she's going to be like when she gets older. But I think my thing is only because I grew up, and it's like I had an example as a mother. You know, I had someone to stand in the gap for me and be a mother, you know, figure to me. But with my child, I think I'm a little lenient with her because it's like I don't want to push her away. I don't want her to feel like, okay, well, mommy's, mean, or, I can't do this and I can't do that. And I think I do let her get away with murder. So I think, really, I do. I think I just I think I just need to work on actually, putting my foot down and just knowing that I can be her friend, but still be her mother as well. Still instill everything in her that she needs to know, because with her going this way, she's going to feel like it's okay for me to do these things because mama let me do it. Or, not even just me, or, sweetie let me do it, or Uncle Isaiah let me do it. So daddy let me do it. I'm not going to go there, but
okay.
I look to, when people give me, advice about, parenting, a lot of times I must admit that I think it offends me, because I feel like, I'm receptive to hearing what they're saying, especially if they have children of their own. But with me, I think it's more of I want to experience it. Let me experience it. Not to say, oh, well, you telling me to stop her from doing this because, you get older, she going to hit you. And just like, okay, I want to experience it. No. But I think just let me learn from my mistakes. Let me see what it is that I need to do, or that I could try to do better to, help her grow up the way that she needs to grow up. But I love my daughter to death, and I don't regret for 1 second, having her. I think for 1 split second, I think I did think about letting her or getting rid of her. And it was only because somebody, won't call no names, basically told me that I was stupid and, that my life is over and all of this. But I think that honestly, that my daughter keeps me on my toes, because I know that if I didn't have her, I think that I probably wouldn't be where I am now, only because I don't have a responsibility. And it's like I can rip and run, I can do this, I can go and I can do whatever. But knowing that I have her, knowing that I'm responsible for her, knowing that I will never, ever, ever leave my child, but knowing that if she wasn't here, I could just do what I want. But knowing that she's there and I have to come home and, I know that she's going to be looking for mommy if mommy's not there. It's like, I think that's what, keeps me stable and where I am. So
he knows what to do. I used to always say, ooh, if I didn't have my mom, I'd be off the train. For me, I would have to say, I'm listening to you guys say it's a learning process, and I'm old. I'm a little bit older than y'all, just a little bit. And I have a 21-year-old, and I'm still feeling like it's a process. And I've always said I could try to be the best mother that I can be, but especially with that 21-year-old, with him being gone away from me for years, I never felt that I was nowhere near the perfect mom for him, because I will always I have a friend at work, and she's going through the same thing right now, where you feel like, you abandon this child, you're not there, you're missing all the important moments, and you feel so bad, and then when they come, you want to try to do everything for them, and then if you can't do something for them, you feel bad, because whether it's financially, whatever feeling it is, been there, done that. And I also had the comparison, especially with my boys. I had to learn to separate, because I had the one, that I never had a problem with, till he got older and he going through his stuff, but we're not going to go there, from daddy's phone calls. But with the other one, it was like from day one, from birth, it's like he gave me just drama. He was always something, but that was the one that required so much of me. Till some point, I felt like I was being drained, and then not only being drained, but unappreciated. Because it's the friends became more important than mommy, more important than family, more. And then when I start hearing everyone else who has teens, it's like, get over it, because it's normal, and it's like, it's normal, but I gotta like it, and then it's like with my daughter coming up, it's like I get so busy sometimes, I feel like I'm neglecting her, and I will sit down and talk to her, and it touches me, because she'll say, well, mommy, it's okay, I know you have to go do this, or you have to go and film, or you have to this and this, and I said, but I don't want you to think that there's any moment that you can't just say, I need your attention, I want you to stop, and, not saying that you should have to do that, but just for her to say, oh, it's okay. I said, no, it's not okay, because you've told yourself and have it fixed in your mind and your spirit that this thing is more important. And she said, I don't think that it's more important to me. I don't think you think like that. But to me, even though she's telling me this, and with nothing in her face that says I believe that, still in my mind, it's like, wow, is she so conditioned to the point that this is the norm